Hey everyone, welcome to Old Man Gaming. Remember, if you enjoyed today's stream, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. We need a microphone in front of my face if I want to actually speak. Hello! Hello! Welcome to Old Man Gaming. I'm Rob, and today is my 53rd birthday. Happy birthday, Rob! Happy birthday, thank you. Thank you, Rob. Yes, today's my birthday. I'm another year older, 53 years old. Whoa. My family bought me a new graphic card for my PC, which is what I am testing out with this stream right now, really. Hopefully, I mean, I've actually messed with a couple of OBS settings because the new graphic cards has released some new settings available to me that I didn't have previously, so I've sort of gone with the recommended settings. So if you do notice any sort of well, the quality not up to scratch to what I normally have, please let me know.
And I can't deny the fact
but we'll
that you
see.
like me. Right now, you like me.
We've got a baby and it's going to starve to death because I don't have any fish in here at all.
Welcome to the party, Pat.
So there we go. Thank you, Toby. How you doing? So we're going to have to possibly get a trough in here. These guys, I knew those guys were up to no good yesterday and were doing things that they shouldn't. Let's kill a couple of these fishes. We might have to put some raw fish on that poor baby before it starves to death. It's not a lot of fish, mind you. Probably should use a sickle.
And
No.
I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
Why would anyone like that, Eric? It was disgusting.
Welcome to the party, Pat.
Hey, look who's here. Jason, thank you. How are you? I'm glad you popped in. I wondered if you'd pop in because I know that you don't normally come on the weekends. It's going good. My family got me a RTX 3060 Nvidia card. So I now have, well, I don't have current generation, but I do have a big step up from my 970 cards. That is what I had. So I'm quite happy about that. I've just been testing it and running it now. I'm streaming using the new settings that it provides in OBS and hoping that it hasn't affected the stream quality in any way. So if everything looks okay for you guys, that's all that's important for me. Haven't really tested. No, I did test it on Baldur's Gate, and Baldur's Gate ran so smooth compared to how it was running. But yeah, thought you'd drop in. Well, thank you, Jason. It's most appreciated. And thank you, Toby. And thank you, Eric, as well. I might have to neuter these guys so they don't keep breeding. If I remember how to do that. What sex is this one? And I'll neuter 212 female. So we really want to neuter the male. Who's the male? As good. There we go. Neuter. I don't know if that neutered it because it's moving about. Well, thank you, Toby. I appreciate it. But you have a good weekend, eh? So is it neutered now? Neutered, yep. Okay, so they won't breed again. Yeah, no, it's been a good day. Graphic card installation could have gone better. Sort of freaked out a little bit when I realised that it was a 8-pin power plug to power the graphic card, and the previous graphic card was a what was it, 6-pin, two sets of 3 powering it. So I had like shit. So it was like, oh, what am I going to do here? It's like, this is a 4-pin plug, or an 8-pin plug. My other card was a 6 pins. I have 2 3s, and I'm like, well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. But then I looked further into my PC and discovered that there was actually another set of pins that were tucked away inside, all tied up neatly, that I could use. So that freaked me out a bit. For a bit, I thought I don't have the right power connectors here, so I was freaking out over that. But resolved that problem. But then I realised my 2-monitor setup was incompatible with the new card, because the new card didn't have some of the older outputs that my old card had, which I had utilised for my second monitor, because I only have like one modern monitor and some old VGA monitors. And then it was like, ah, shit, I need 2 monitors. I'm streaming. I'm using console to stream. I need 2 monitors. I need one for the console and one for the OBS software. What the hell am I going to do? So I went through my collection of old monitors and found one that I could somehow jury-rig up as a second monitor. So I had to swap out one of my monitors, but I don't mind the quality of this monitor. It's old 4x3 format monitor though, so it's not widescreen. The second monitor, it's 4x3. But the quality is actually quite good. So yeah. So all good, all working, all up and running. Freaks out a little bit, thinking they've got me, they spent this money for me, because they never usually spend money for me on my birthday, but this time they've put their money in their, spent money, and I was like, oh crap, I'm not even going to be able to use it. I was freaking out. But anyway, all worked out in the end. It's up and running. I just haven't been able to fully test it yet. But as long as the stream looks good, that's good. So we're just gonna finish this pin off. We've been working on this for a couple of days. Nothing ever goes easy though, you know. Never goes easy. Right on time. But you're right on time. It's actually quite easy, Eric. Like, depending on which SSD you purchase, one of them, like Crucial, for example, will provide you with cloning software. So all you do is you plug the SSD in. It'll recognize it as a, you know, second drive. And then you just use the cloning software to clone your operating system onto the SSD. And,
Welcome to the party, Pat.
and then once that happens, just map it as your new C drive once it's cloned. Cheers, David. Thank you. Yeah, because I'm going to be doing, I'm hoping to do it at the end of the month. I'm hoping to get an SSD drive at the end of the month, and I'll be going through it. Well, assuming you got hard disk drives, which well, IDIE or whatever they are, or SCSI or whatever. What you could do is get a get an interface, a USB interface. So you actually convert the SSD drive to an external drive. You just get the interface and then plug it onto the end. They're cheap. They're quite cheap. And do it that way. So you connect it via USB, not internally to begin with, then clone it over as an external drive, clone it over, and then once you've cloned it, plug it in. So I would clone it and put it on the HDD. Well, you want to put, you're cloning it to the SDD. You're cloning your HDD to your SD, to your SSD, solid state SSD. So if you can't have both internal at the same time, get an external USB port that you can plug the SSD into. Boot up your computer as normal, so your HDD is your operating system. Once that's booted up, you then clone your operating system files over to the SSD. Once that's complete, you then pull out your HDD, put in your SSD internally, and boot it up, and you should be good to go. That's what my understanding of how it would work. But if you can have both internal, then you just remap your old HDD as your D drive or something like that. And make sure in your BIOS that you set up which device you want to boot from. Because that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on keeping my HDDs as file storage and the SDD as installation storage. So all the files I create and everything I'll store on the hard disk drive, but all the operating system and programs I'll have on the SSD drive. No one might shake out, you see. But yeah, no, you should open it up. I mean, you don't have a port. You don't have a spare data port for an SSD. God, I don't know why I keep calling them SDDs now. Just take me home. When I do it at the end of the month, Eric, I'll let you know exactly how I did it. Because what I'd do if I was you, Eric, is open your PC up, have a look where your hard disk drive is plugged into the motherboard and see if there's a spare port that, you know, allows you to plug an SDD in. And the cables that run to your hard drive, they should have multiple interfaces on them that would also plug into the SSD, so you would have so you could have two hard drives connected on the same cable, because you need two cables for the hard drives and the SSD. I think one provides power and one is the actual transfer. So but the data transfer cable should have multiple interfaces on it for you to plug in more than one hard drive. You just need to make sure that you've got the power interface available to have them both running. But yeah, you just need some cloning software, and I think there's lots of free cloning software out there for it. Oh, wrong ladder. Wrong ladder. Alright, well, I'm going to put this ladder. You don't have a cradle, like your PC doesn't have like a cradle to hold it. Is that what you're saying? Or it doesn't have a port to hold it? Right, so you currently have an SSD, do you, in it? You just want to get a bigger SSD. I don't know what your current setup is, like what you currently have. Oh, okay, so your HDD, your operating system is on your SSD, right? So, yeah. Okay. If your operating system is on your SSD, unplug your HDD and plug the SSD if it's, temporarily just plug your HDD, unplug that and plug the SSD in, and then clone your SSD to SSD, and then swap them over. Take your old SSD out, and put the new SSD where the old SSD was, and replug your HDD back in. That might work. You could try that. And then all your... Well, if it shares the same cable, because it probably does share the same cable, the data transfer cable is probably the same, so the interfaces will match. It's just the power that leads to the HDD, if that's compatible. But I don't know. I can't. Obviously, only you know that. Right. Was it GFI?
Welcome to the party, Pat.
Hey Tim, how you doing? Oh, I don't know what it is. If it's metal, what the code is for metal metal railings. One year older. It's my birthday today. I'm going to tell everyone that comes to the stream. It's my birthday today. Oh no, that's not right. I don't usually cheat on games. This is like, just because I can't be bothered with, because I've been building everything and gathering all the materials, I've decided to move this along. I am going to actually just give myself the bloody things. Oh, did that work? That might have worked. Yes, Eric, but I'm only cheating for building purposes, and that's it. I'm not... Up until yesterday, I'd never cheated, and I built everything you see by gathering resources and building it, and I've just decided that, you know what, I don't want to do that anymore. So, I am going to do this instead. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's also because my Ark streams, Eric, are a bit shorter now because I'm playing Starfield as well. And so this sort of compensates for that. They're real to me. They're all mine. None of these animals were spawned in with using cheats. They were all captured and tamed, and they're all mine. Bred. I've just decided that for building purposes, I don't really want to gather resources anymore. I mean, everything we've built here, or everything I've built up until yesterday, I gathered the resources for. All of that and all the other pens and everything you see, I gathered resources for, and I'm just thought, you know what, I enough is enough. I've proven I can do it. I've got nothing to prove anymore. Don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. Powder keg, giving off spark. Tonight, forever's gonna start tonight. Gonna start to once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm falling apart. Hey, Chairless, how you doing? You come to wish me a happy birthday? It's my birthday today. I may have mentioned it during the week. Oh, jeez, there was no sound. I didn't hear any sound. God damn it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Gold digger. Gold miner. Gold miner. Thank you. Charlie and Sue got me a new graphic card. Chairless. I'm nearly ultra modern now. I'm not. I don't have. It's not a 4000 series, unfortunately, because they're still too expensive for us. But I got a 3000 series, 3060, much better than my old 970 that I was running. I'm very happy about it. Will keep me going for this PC for a couple of years. But yeah. So, who is Gold Miner? Are they? And if you give me money, you get to name a dinosaur. So, you know, assuming. So, if you want to let yourself be known on who you are. Oh, man. I don't know if I told you guys this story about when I was in hospital, and I may have mentioned it. I can't remember if I actually mentioned it or not, but in my house where we live, we don't have like a full body, full frontal mirror, you know. We only have like mirrors on the walls where you can only see like head up, you know. We don't have any mirrors where you can see your entire body, you know. Anyway, so before I went into hospital, I hadn't seen my entire body for quite a long time. I'm talking probably in a mirror, probably maybe 10, 10, 12 years. A long time. You know, early 40s, late 30s was the last time I saw myself in a full frontal mirror. Anyway, so needless to say, I haven't seen the picture down there for quite a long time. And then I went into hospital 2 weeks ago, as you guys are aware. My regulars are aware. And I had a shower while in hospital, and I stepped out of the shower and dripping wet from head to bottom, just water running down, you know, all the hairs on my body being pulled by gravity and water. Saw myself in the mirror. There was a mirror as I stepped out. There's a step out the shower, there is a full frontal body length mirror as you stepped out the shower. And I stepped out and I just saw myself in the mirror, and I saw all my body hair, and I was thinking, what the hell? I look like a gorilla who has got apalachia or whatever it is, you know, that stuff that makes them look like their hair's falling out, because I could just see every strand of hair on my body. And then I noticed my scrotum. And I was in shock, because last time I remember seeing my scrotum, it did not look like that. And I was in complete and utter shock. The first thing I said to myself was, what the hell is that? Why does it look like I am got a vagina dangling below my penis? Because it looked like I was growing a vagina. It had dropped to when I last remembered seeing it, and it looked like a vagina. My first impression is I'm becoming a she-he. What the hell is that? And I was like, oh my god. And then of course, you know, you can't help but, you know, play with it, grab it, stretch it, and go, oh my god, look what is going on. And I discovered that I could pull it, stretch it back up over my parts, and cover my entire part, all my privates. And it looks like I don't know what you call them in America, but we call them like a box, you know, like cricketers would wear them when playing cricket to protect their down below bits from being hit by cricket balls when they, you know, I don't know what you call them, but we call them boxes. And it looked like when I pulled it up and back over, it was like, I thought, oh my god, I'm wearing a skin-coloured cricket box. Skin textured cricket box. It looks so weird. And then I realised, oh look, if I pull it a bit more and staple it to my sides, I could bloody get myself a baby kangaroo and raise it in my very own pouch. I was just like, oh my god. I was like freaking out. I don't know, what is this? Oh god. What you put in your jock straps? It was so eye-opening. And then I was like, my wife sees this every night, because I don't wear pajamas. I'm a free roaming guy. I like to swing it, you know. And I was like, this is what my wife sees every night. She sees this monstrosity dangling And I was like, it's no wonder I'm constantly adjusting myself. Oh, it was... Anyway, that is the one thing I'm going to remember the most from that trip to hospital. Is that sight. Oh my god. Oh, what's it going to look like in 10 more years? I'll be carrying around 2 baby kangaroos and a wallaby. Sorry. Anyway. But anyway, so yeah, you just reminded me of that when you mentioned touching the toilet. Oh my god. The joys of getting old.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
Never seen a girl like you before. It's, at least I could laugh at it. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you something else. I went into,
And I can't deny the fact that you like me.
when I was in, I'll wait for this to finish. When I went on to my actual ward, because I went on 2 different wards. I was on like the surgery ward to begin with because they thought they were going to have to operate, and then they decided not to. So then they just moved me up to one of the gastro wards. Anyway, there was this big board right opposite me because I was opposite the nurse's station, and on this big screen, I shouldn't say board, it was a TV screen, they had a list of everybody on the ward, and I was looking at it and I was like,
You like me. Right
Oh,
now, you like me.
I was like, am I on the geriatric ward? Because I was 52 years old and there was only one other person on the ward who was younger than me, and he was 51. And I was like, I was freaking out. That freaked me out. I was like, am I on a geriatric ward? I actually, later on that night, actually grabbed one of the nurses and said, look, can I ask you a question? She went, yeah. I said, am I on a geriatric ward? Am I, because I was like, am I that old now that I'm on geriatrics? That I've been put into geriatric ward? I was like the second youngest on the ward. And I was freaking out. I was like, you know, I was like, no, man, I'm not, please, I'm not that old, surely. And it was such a realization that, I mean, it's obvious that I was on a, well, it wasn't obvious at the time, but it was basically I was on a gastro ward, and gastro problems affect older people, and that's really why I was. But freaked me out, man. I thought, oh my god, I actually felt really depressed. I was thinking, I'm old. I'm officially really old. That I'm the youngest of the geriatrics on this geriatric ward that I've been placed on. And then when I mentioned it to the nurse, she started laughing. She said, it's not a geriatric ward. No, she was pretty cool. I had her in stitches when I was telling her about my scrotum later that day. Yeah, that's right. I told the nurse about the sight of my scrotum. I wonder if I take these pillars all the way to the ground would I be able to get rid of these? Because every time I pop over them, I'm bopping up and down like that. It was the same day I saw my scrotum, but it was before I saw my scrotum. It was later on though, that evening, because it was a weird day, that one. I think I got someone sacked as well. Because I was like on the bed right in front of the nursing station, and one of the support workers started kicking off to the nurse in charge on the ward, and it was like 5 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning. You know, people were still trying to sleep, and this support workers just started kicking off big time to the nurse right in front of me at the nurses station, and was complaining that she couldn't get any help from another support worker, but she was being really vocal about it, and she was pointing down the ward saying she's down there cleaning up piss and shit and all this shit right in front of me, and it was really shit. What's going on over here? And it really was pissing me off the way she was talking, because, you know, I really got angry with her. You know, I'm in there worried about my health, and I've got this person whose primary responsibility is my care, and she's talking at the top of the voice at 6 o'clock in the morning on the ward, complaining about having to clean up some poor old guy's piss and shit from a bed, you know, early, you know, down the you know, further down the corridor. If I was that guy whose piss and shit, you know, was being cleaned, I would have been mortified, because, you know, you can hear every sound on a ward in hospital. Sound carries. So he's probably down there hearing her go off and about this, and not being able to get help cleaning up some old guy's piss and shit. Her words, not mine. These are the actual words she was using on the ward. And she just kept going on and on and on and on, and she would walk past my bed and she was still going on, and I was just getting angry and angrier and angrier with her. And as she walked past, it just, under my breath, just went, "Shut the fuck up, will you?" Like that. Just, but I'm not sure if she heard me or not, but I was really angry because it was pissing me off. It was completely and utterly unprofessional, and you know, you need professionalism. If you're in hospital and you're worried and you know, you're ill and you're scared, you know, you don't need some nurse or anybody acting like that in front of you. You don't. It was really, you know, it was real. So anyway, I mean, I appreciate that they've got a tough job, and I appreciate that they work hard and all that, and I understand all that. But to do that, you know, on the ward where everyone can hear it, it was just well out of order. It was well out of order, and I was just like, you know what, I didn't come into hospital to have to listen to shit like that. You know, I'm sitting here, got my worries, my concerns, and the person who's got who's, you know, responsible for looking after us is talking like that. It's like, what faith do I have on this person now, you know? And so when the head nurse, who I'd previously told the story about the scrotum, who I'd got on really well with, came over to me, I just said to her, like, casually, man, I said, she can't talk like that on the ward. I said, that was really out of order, man. She shouldn't have been talking like that. I mean, I could, you know, that was so, and I was just saying it casually. I was like, you know, it's just out of order, you know. She really needs to be sat down and spoken to about how she conducts herself on the ward, because that was just so unprofessional. And she's like, yeah, I know, you know, it is an issue. Anyway, that was the end of the conversation. She walked off, and because it was coming over to shift change. Anyway, the shift change happened. She left, both the people left. The girl who was doing the swearing and the head nurse. Next minute, some other nurse comes up to me who's in a different coloured uniform. So she's a higher rank, and it turns out that she's what they call the deputy sister. She's like one of the head nurses on the ward, and she's like a deputy sister. And she comes over to me and she goes, "Listen, it's come to my attention that you were witness to something. Could you tell me what happened?" And I was like, "Ah, shit." So this deputy sister, who was above the head nurse, who was not the head nurse, the nurse in charge on the ward, came over and wants me to, and I'm going, "Oh shit, I've got to get someone. Oh, this is not good," you know. So I was like, "Okay, look," and I just retold her, and she went, "Okay." And she was just so apologetic and was going, "Look, I'm really, really sorry that you had to see this and that you had to hear that and all that. It's not what we're about here. I'm really sorry, and all this." And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I appreciate that they've got a hard job. I just thought, it's not what we as patients want to hear. And so anyway, so she went off. And then 10 minutes later, a man wearing the same uniform came over, introduced himself to me, and it turned out that he was the head sister of the ward. And I just said, "Oh, well, I've just spoken to one of the sisters." He said, "Oh, no, that's my deputy. I'm in charge of the ward." And so it went up another level. And he was like, "Can you tell me what happened?" I was like, "Oh, shit, what have I done?" And I'm like, "Okay." So I went all through with him again and told him the story again. And he again did the same thing, started apologising and all this and all this and all that, and saying it's going to need to be addressed. I'm really sorry you experienced it, and all this and all this and all that. And then he left. And then an hour later, another woman came in another uniform, and it turned out to be the fucking matron, who is above the sister, who is basically in charge of the frickin' the whole thing, like the head of the nurses, everyone in there. So the top within the hospital came and saw me, and I was like, "What the hell have I done?" I was like, "Oh my god." So she wanted to know what happened, so I was like, "Oh no." And then she left, and then the second guy, the guy who came before her, came back later and asked me to fucking write a written statement about it. I had to write a handwritten statement for him to write, to submit. And so I've got a sneaking suspicion I got that poor girl fired. And that was not my intention. I didn't want her to get her fired. So yeah. Not good. Not good. Oh. I felt so bad, and then I was worried that whole day that she was going to come on in the evening and know it was me, and was going to get in trouble and know it was me. I was like, oh shit. But I don't think I ever saw her again. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking they've probably had problems with this person. They've had problems with this person, and they've needed some extra ammunition because it's very hard to get the sack or to get disciplined without you know, when you work in the public sector. You know. So I'm like, oh, God. Maybe I was just giving them the ammunition they wanted to get rid of this person, because I sort of gathered that she wasn't the first time. Yeah. It didn't make me feel any better. I just wanted her to be maybe retrained on how to act and behave on the ward. But yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I mean, she wasn't even a nurse though, that's it, Eric. She was one of the support workers. Like, Jade is a support worker, you know, so, you know, she's doing all the jobs that she's allowed to do. She's wasn't even a nurse. But, you know, we're supposed to be love a fantasy. What we do is what we do. Had she? It's very hard to get fired in the UK from public sector jobs like nursing and things like that. It's extremely hard. You have to be really... extreme, one by one, in a bun. What a cartoon heroes are. We're gonna last forever. Yeah. Although I got complimented on my grammar in my written statement. I think he was a bit shocked. I think he heard this Australian accent and thought, oh God, this is going to be awful to read. And when he read it, he went, you know, I have to compliment you on your grammar. Well, because he was one of those. He was like clearly gay, but you know, very well-spoken posh. But he was like sort of shocked. He sort of seemed extremely shocked and went, I have to compliment you on your grammar. I'm well impressed. Like, okay. What you do is what you... Oh shit, where did that go? I just put a pillar down somewhere. I think it went into the middle of the... Oh my God. There was a guy in the bed next to me. Apparently he'd been there for 6 months. 6 months he'd been there. Spent half a year in that bed so far. And he suffered with dementia as well. So he was a very, very, very difficult patient. And I mean, I will credit the nurse, the support worker who was kicking off. She, you know how I said she walked past me as she was still kicking off, and I said under my breath, you know, shut the fuck up, you know. She was actually walking past me to go, attend to the patient who was next to me in the bed next to me. And as soon as she got to the patient, she became professional, instantly became professional, and didn't continue ranting and bailing, and she slipped straight into professional mode, no problem whatsoever. She didn't let this guy, who was really was a difficult patient, she didn't let him get to her at all, and she treated him with respect and everything. She just forgot to behave like that when she was away from the patients, and so she clearly had it in her to do it. She just didn't have it in her to maintain it all the time. So she was good with the patient, she was good while she was with the patient, but she just needed to pick her time and place to make a complaint, and how she did the complaining. That was the problem. But I put that in my report. I said, look, you know, I observed her with a patient directly after, and I have to say that she did behave professionally. I wanted to balance the report out. But, you know, she just needs to learn to do it all the time, and that if she has an issue, take it away from the people who can hear it. I mean, I don't know why he was there. I mean, he obviously had gastro problems or something, but we've got the NHS, Mike. You know, this country don't give a shit about money. It's not a question that you have to answer. How are you going to pay for all of this? It's not a question you have to answer in the UK. It's paid for. It's done. You know? I mean, the system you guys have in America is just fucking ridiculous. You guys should be fucking... When you talk about having revolutions, unbelievable. Yeah. I don't think, Chalice, I don't think it will ever change. I think people are worried that it's going to change and that, you know, things are going to change. I don't think it ever will. I think the NHS is part of the British culture, is so ingrained in the British culture that the British people themselves will never let it happen. Never let it happen. You know, the British people, one thing they may moan about the NHS secretly, you know, they may moan about it and all this, but I think deep inside, the British people are so proud of the NHS and so caring for it and are so happy for it. You know, British people like to have a moan, and they'll moan about the NHS. But they'll only moan because they want it to even be better, but they will never they'll never ever let it be taken away from them. There's no way in the world that the British people would stand for the NHS to be changed. And so I think that is going to be a pillar of the British society forever. I don't think it will ever change. I think it will always remain the way it is in regards to us not having to pay anything extra or anything like that, because I don't think the British people would let it. They would absolutely not let it happen. You know, they would frickin' well overthrow the government if any government attempted to do it. No way in the world. It's just part of British culture. You know, and especially in this day and age when we've got access to the internet and we know how bad it is in the United States, there is no way in the world we would want what the United States has here. No way. You know, absolutely not. You know, people spend, it sounds like to me in America, you're in debt your entire life because of medical expenses. You know, you don't go to the hospital because having an X-ray is you're going to get billed $3,000 bloody dollars for an X-ray. $3,000 for an X-ray. Give it over. Get stuffed. I mean, I was in hospital, 5 days? I had a CAT scan, I had X-rays, I had blood tests, I had, you know, I didn't come out of hospital with a bill. It's not so bad if you don't get sick. But this is the thing, Eric, everyone gets sick eventually. Age will catch up with you. You know? It's just capitalism to the extent in America. Everything has to be about making money. Even making profiteering off people's health.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
You can still get you can still get emergency dentistry work and all that on the NHS if you qualify, but the problem with the dentists is there aren't enough NHS dentists anymore. They've all gone private. So there's a lack of dentists taking on NHS patients. I'm desperately in need of work. I can't afford to get the work I need done. And I can't get a dentist because, you know, I can go private, but I can't afford that. Alright. So anyway, I wanted to see if I could take this out. Actually, I checked the other side? I want to make sure I've got the pillars going down to the ground over there first. Alright, no, I haven't. Can you feel it? Alright, let's see if I can do this without it breaking any posts. Oh, I can. So that did work. Alright. Because every time you run along here, this section, you go pop, pop. I don't think I'm going to be able to. God damn it. What are those bloody... I'm gonna have to get some fish in here. Now, I don't know what's happening with Jade and Connor. I know they want to come around and see me today. And they were asking what time I finish my Ark stream before I start my Starfield stream. So if they are planning on coming in between my two streams today, it may mean that my Starfield stream may start a little bit later than I'm still going to do it, but it may be a little bit later start, just to let you guys know. I don't know if I'll be starting on time or not with that one. Babe, I love you so. I want you to know I miss your love. Minute you walk out that door, please don't go. Don't go. Don't go away. Please don't go. Be loved by someone as wonderful as you. Please don't go. Don't go. All right. You off, Chairless. Thank you for dropping by. And if you were a gold miner, thank you for the tip. I don't know who gold miner was, but I appreciate it if it was you. And it's you walk out that door, please don't go. Don't go. Alright, what was I gonna look at these. Baby, please. 'Twas not you. Oh, okay. It happened when you came on, so I just assumed it was you. Okay. Well, whoever it was, thank you. That's some guy. Bow, bow, bow. Oh. I'll probably find out when I look at my PayPal account. Is that going into the ground? Doesn't look like it is, does it? Oh God, I keep forgetting to put the wind. If you really love me, I'll let it. Underwater, man. Hate it. I hate building when I hate having to go underwater to build. Yeah, I tried Starfield. I downloaded it onto PC, and I tried it, and it just, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do it again because I didn't restart after I installed it, but it was a bit janky. It looked good, but it didn't. The sound was stuttering. It'd take forever to load, but that's probably because I'm still on HDD. So I'm gonna have to have another look at it, but probably do a restart first before I play it and see how it handles. It. Baldur's Gate though, that looked absolutely beautiful, because that's the only other PC game I've got installed at the moment. But that looked absolutely gorgeous, and it was so smooth when I was moving around. Like, I didn't even realise that it wasn't smooth before compared to how smooth it felt today. Come on. Get in the ground. There we go. Yeah. I don't know. Did I tell you? Were you here, Mike, when I said Sue and Charlie got me a new graphics card? My birthday. They got me an MSI NVIDIA 3060, 12GB VR RAM, 12GB video RAM card. Yeah. Yeah, SSD will be the next upgrade for me. That's going to be probably at the end of the month. Use my streaming money that I've earned from tips and other stuff, monetization, to pay for that. So I definitely want to put the money I get through this back into this, so... Yeah, Baldur's Gate has issues with it because Baldur's Gate is not supposed to work on a HDD. You're supposed to requirement is an SSD, but I've got it to work. But it does have issues like textures loading in and all that. But yeah. Oh, I already had berries on me. Probably does. Yeah, I mean, it probably does, but yeah, because of the read and write speeds that you get with the SSD. But yeah, like I said, once I get the SSD, we'll I mean, I might, with that money that I was given today, I might even be able to get it earlier. So I'll have to look into it. I've got two things on my Amazon wish list remaining now. A SSD card, SSD, and a Roland FP30X digital piano, which is like £560. It's like just something I really, really want, because I'm really loving learning the piano, and I play every day. I practice every day. I usually take Charlie to school and then spend a couple of hours on my keyboard, because all I have is a MIDI keyboard. I don't actually have a digital piano. I have a MIDI keyboard, and so it doesn't produce any sound. I have to hook it up to something to actually produce sound. So like a laptop or a tablet or something like that. You know, so obviously the sound quality is shite because of what I hook it up to, if I'm hooking it up to my tablet. So I really want a digital piano that I can just sit down at, but I don't want a cheap one either. I mean, it's £560 is not an expensive piano. There are way more expensive ones than that out there, way more. But it's a sort of like a decent beginner price tag for someone like me. But obviously I'm also a bit of a techno geek, so I wanted a digital piano that had Bluetooth so I could connect it to devices, MIDI out, so I could also use it as a MIDI keyboard as well, and connect it to all my synthesizer emulators that I've got, and play it as a like a Yamaha DX7 synthesizer from the 80s. Or the old Juno 6 synths, or the Fairlight synths. So I've got a whole bunch of synthesizer emulators from the old 80s, 70s simulators. You know, the Korg M1 that I use. But I also, the reason why I wanted this particular digital piano is because it's got the keys. It's got grand piano in basic feel to the keys. The key action is a representation of what it's like to play on a grand piano. So when you play it, it feels like you're actually playing a grand piano. It's sort of got the same sort of textile touch and the same movement. The keys move in the same way that a grand piano would. So it was like, well, if I'm going to learn on something like that and I never sat down at a grand piano, I would know how it feels. And yeah, I really love playing the piano. Something that I've wanted to do sort of my whole life, and then never did it. And then I thought, you know, bugger it, I've got all this spare time on my hands now, do something that you've always wanted to do. And that's what I started a year ago. And I'm not good. I know I'm not good, but I'm better than I was a year ago. It takes years to master though, doesn't it, fucking piano? Right. Oh, is that pen finished? Shall we add a couple? Well, it's not finished, but it looks finished. I'm gonna go get a couple more, put some more things in there and just see how it looks. I think we'll put some megalodons in there because we haven't actually put any megalodons out. A bit, you know, whatever, but we'll put some megalodons in there. Now we've sort of got a little section here we could always sort of convert into another water pen if we wanted to. Alright. Megalodons. Just got the two. Not sure if I'm going to be building a separate pen for these guys, but we'll just have a look and see how they fit in there. How do I get you? Charlie's learning to play guitar as well. I mean, we could be becoming like a little two-man band, Charlie. Daddy on keyboards. Callie on bass. Right. Can't deploy, can't fit because that guy... Never fall in love again. I don't think there's enough room to have the Tusos in here as well. Bone you. Sure why this one isn't actually moving about. What do you reckon? Do you think it's too much? I don't know what these... I don't know if I can enable wandering on these. I don't know how they look when you enable wandering. Just enable wandering on one of them. They probably don't even wander. Oh yeah, they do. Is it getting dark? Oh, it is. I wonder how it's going to look if I was put some lights. Maybe I'll build a walkway sort of platform over the top. It goes up a bit high so you can look down. It goes across like the middle of it. You can go up the top and then walk along the platform. I don't know. I don't know why I bother. I'm the only one who's going to be here. I think it's the sort of thing I might do if I did it on a server so people can come and visit. Got all these sides to move those as well. I think wild male megalodon. I wouldn't say powerful, but I do like it. It's just let down by them game mechanics, really. I am really curious to see how things are going to look in Ascended, like with the Unreal Engine 5 and all that. Right, we need a trough. I feel proud of what I've achieved, even though I've cheated the last couple of days. But, you know. Oh, it gave me a tech trough. I mean, tech trough will work, but... See, look, they're already stuck into each other there. That didn't work. Like a tower. You can't... Unfortunately, the zoo's so big, Mike, that it doesn't all res in anymore. There's no... You can't see the entire zoo. That gave me a fish basket. That wasn't good. That's a naughty. We're not allowed fish baskets. What am I supposed to do with that? I don't know. I'd have to get... I don't think there is a place. I don't think there is a sweet spot anymore. And swim around, for God's sake. Nope. Didn't work. Yeah. I don't know what these... I think... I don't know if they have anything... I'm not sure if they had anything to do with stacks, but I guess not. Gave me 98. $50. Where 50? Is that all? I think it's overcrowded in here. I might have to put the Tusos in a different pen after all. I think the Tusos are too much. The sharks are okay. Thanks for the like. Imagine. See, it looks good with the light shining in the water. You can actually see it from above. I might have to put some lights around it to illuminate the water. So that's fading away over there now. I can barely see. I mean, it's hard to see now, but yeah. This is probably center. But you can't see the penguin cage. The penguin enclosure is definitely out of sight. I have to have a look when it's daylight. Oh well. We go. Imagine all the people sharing love around. I'm a dreamer, but I'm not doing. Oh, someday you'll join us. Okay, what to do now? Now that we've done that pen, we'll put those two sows back. Got to build pens for all of these guys. I hear something about you. I feel so in love, oh baby. What can I do? I've been thinking about you. Got to do an aviary. Still haven't decided how I'm going to do that. The aviary. To come up with a design for an aviary. I could start with like some sort of spinning top design. That sort of tapers to the top, and then as it tapers up, the smaller birds are higher. You know, like similar to my tower there, but much wider at the bottom. And then put the quetzals on the bottom layer of the tower. And then go up a level and then start tapering it in, and then have like the Argentavis on a level tape when it's tapered in, then tapers in again, and then have like the smaller birds on a level above. That's what I was thinking, was some sort of design like that. And so that they're up in this, I can't let them fly, but you could have them still up in the air in a tower, sort of like, so you can go up high and have it sort of like towering sort of above. That's what I was thinking for an aviary. I think we might go for a little fly. See if we can see. Oh, I didn't sleep well last night, so I'm a bit yawny today. See if we can find a Rhinonafa. Let's get Gamma up. We're going to do that though. Everything to you. Do you want to start something new? And it's breaking my heart. Leaving, baby, I'm breathing. But if you want to leave, take good care. Hope you have a lot of nice things to wear. But then a lot of things turn bad out there. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. I'll always remember you like a child. You know, I've seen a lot of what the world can do. And it's breaking my heart in two, because I never want to see you sad, girl. Don't be a bad girl, but if you want to leave, take good care. I can hear a lot of nice things out there. Just remember there's a lot of bad and beware. Oh baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile. Oh baby, baby, it's a wild world. And always remember you like a child girl. If you wanna leave, take good care. Not a lot seems out there. Remember, there's a lot of bad. I always used to think that this song was about a breakup, but now I'm not so certain. Now I'm beginning to think that maybe it's a father or a parent letting their child go into the world, you know? Because it sort of rings to me, it rings more true about that. And it's about letting your children leave home and warning them of the dangers waiting for them. And especially when it's saying, and I'll always remember you like a child, girl. But when I used to listen to it, I used to always thought it was about a breakup, but I guess it's not. I guess it's more... Oh, I'm yawning so badly, Mike. I'm in one of those I'm in a really good mood again today, and I am in a really good mood, but unfortunately I'm feeling really tired, so it's sort of like preventing me from enjoying my good mood. Imagine all the people. Sorry, I've got about 10 different versions of Imagine on my playlist. I've heard every one of them apart from the original so far. Oh, there's a Rhino Naffa. Hard to do. Spotted it in the dark. Oh, it's female. Level 85. That's better. Shit.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
God, we got the TIE fighters on our tail, Luke. Oh. Crap. This isn't going well. This keeps catching. I'm slow. I think I got too much weight. Oh, look at my health. Shit, I'm going to lose another pterodon here. Oh no. Fuck. Oh shit. Oh my god. That's Oh my god. That is... I was too much weight on the pterodon. I couldn't get away from it. What bed's that? Oh, my original bed. It was like the first bed we put down. Yeah. Exactly. Hello. I just got killed. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, crap.
The fact that you like me. Right now, you like
Bloody Charlie trying to talk to me. It's the worst time you can talk to me right now.
Next for a minute.
Fuck's sake.
What?
What? I can't hear you.
Mum's home in next 30 minutes.
Right, okay. Oh man, it's all happened. I'm never going to find my gear. Fucking Trudon. There had to be a Trudon there, didn't there? Never for years I've been living next door. I'm never going to find my bag because I won't have the beacon anymore. Fuck's sake. Living next door to Alice. See, I've been out of the jungle too long. I've gotten weak. I've been spending too much time at the zoo. It had to be nighttime as well. That was a stupid thing for me to do, was to go out at nighttime. There were so many mistakes I just made then. I've been living next door to Alice. 24 years just waiting for a chance. Used to not living next door to Alice. Trudons. So this isn't the original gear I lost. Because it's nothing. No way in the world I'm going to find it. Right, I'm just trying to remember exactly where I went. So fucking lost it now. I can't even see the Rhino Natha. I figured if I saw that I might be in the general direction, but it was somewhere around like here, wasn't it? Because I got into the water this area here. And I was a little... I don't even hear... Oh, hang on. What? Wow, alright, I got a second beacon. I've never had a second beacon before. Oh, it's not after me anymore. Alright, I didn't think I was going to get a second beacon. Right, okay. Why is that Ferrozenosaur coming after me? Ah. No, don't go back that way. Oh, fuck, something. There's always something. Wrong side, damn it. Where's it gone? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Ah, oh, come on. Oh. I thought it was dead. What? Come on. Come in. For fuck's sake. Ha! Now you're mine. Sucks to be you. I'll be back later. For you. You can stay there. Yeah, unfortunately it's not in the trap I want it to be in. I want it to be in my other trap, which is closer to my base, the one above my zoo. So we're probably going to have to get another pterodon and get it to follow us over here. This time we'll have nothing on me to weigh the pterodon down, so we can stay ahead of it. That was quite a vicious one. 85. That's level 85 is the highest one I've found so far. But yeah, I want it in this trap over here. So yeah, we're gonna have to try and lead it out, entice it over here somehow, and get it in this one, and then I can keep it in here. And yeah, but I'm going to have to unfortunately do that tomorrow, because I am going to have to actually finish up there now, because yeah, I may I may or may not be able to get to Starfield today. I just don't know what's going to happen. I'll let you know, or I might not let you know, but I'll try, but I don't know, because, you know, it is my birthday and all that, and so I don't know what's happening. Once it aggroes, if I'm flying, once it aggroes me when I'm flying, it will just stay on me. So enticing it over here will not be the issue. I'm pretty certain it will follow me the whole way. It would have followed me the whole way if it didn't kill my pterodon. I'm just going to have to do it. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'm going to have to go, but if I can get back on for Starfield, I will, but I'm not certain what's happening. So if my wife and stepdaughter and that, if Jade and that are organising anything, so we'll just wait and see. If I'm back, I'm back, but hopefully I will be. Thanks for the birthday wishes, and Mikey, I mean, you can assume that you're actually gold miner now, Mike. Thank you for the tip. You know it will go to good use. You know I'm not very good at saying thank you. I'm very embarrassed about it. But anyway, hopefully I'll be back later for Starfield, but if not, I will definitely be back tomorrow. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.